so far, because I'm sure viewers want to know, how you felt about like Miss Marvel. Mm-hmm. So, from this to Miss Marvel, which one do you think was better out of both of these two so far?
So I did bash Miss Marvel too, but out of the two, Miss Marvel was a lot better.
Damn!
Wow! A lot better.
God! Walk out.
Jamel had to leave.
One of the greatest temptations I'm facing right now is getting lazy with my style and saying I ain't appreciating mics down. I serve too small a market, I need a larger target. You know, a broader audience who's spending dollars on this. And as of right now, this temptation for making some crazy statements, complaining, but I know how pride sounds. I'm everybody's favorite, maybe one of the greatest. The peak of every playlist. You'd be a lame to hate this, but the truth is it's foolish to say this. So please bear with my foolishness, cause I've concluded it's stupid and fake it. I Google my name too much.
And today we are going to talk about She-Hulk Attorney at Law episodes 7 and 8. So there will be spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Spoiler warning.
Alright, so Angel, how have you been liking She-Hulk so far?
It's been kind of mid. It hasn't been really exciting me for real. The recent episode was probably the best one out of the whole show.
Yeah.
So far.
Gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
But do you like some of the concepts that they or some of the things that they kind of like? I don't want to call it retconning in the MCU and stuff like that. Like Sokovia, of course, they mentioned that and stuff. Do you like to follow up on some of the stories that they kind of left loose ended? On
that part, yeah, I liked how they kept in touch with that one and stuff like that. Well, that's pretty much what they brought up from the MCU, ain't it? Timeline-wise?
Timeline-wise, I would say the Soviet Accords is the main thing.
Yeah.
And the whole banner being there at the beginning. But they are also kind of diving into their own, because in episode 7, we see, like, in the therapy session, a bunch of different characters within the MCU that won't get their own films or anything, but they actually getting a little bit of screen time, because Man-Bull first appeared in Daredevil.
Uh-huh.
So, like, he's a Daredevil villain, so I think they're just giving, like, these side villains that aren't going to get their own movies and stuff, some little bit of screen time. Because, in episode 8, Ribbit...
I thought it was Leapfrog.
Leapfrog, yeah. Ribbit.
Ribbit.
He is also a Daredevil villain.
Speaking of Leapfrog, I thought... Was that like a ripoff from Peacemaker?
It definitely looked like it from...
Like his sidekick?
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely looked like that dude's suit. Give us a ranking of these Marvel Disney Plus shows. Can you give us like a ranking of where you put them all?
So far it's... What shows came out? Like you talking about like...
So we got WandaVision, we got Moon Knight, we have Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk.
Okay.
So give us a little rating, because we did it a couple videos back.
So my ranking is going to be Loki, top 1.
Okay, we're doing best to worst.
Yes, best
to worst. Okay. I had to make sure.
It's Loki, Moon Knight, Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk.
God. Oh, and What If? Where would you throw it?
But that's not main MCU.
Okay, we'll leave What If out. Man, She-Hulk got at the end.
Dang, She-Hulk is the end.
I mean, I had She-Hulk and Miss Marvel at the end too, but...
I had Miss Marvel under She-Hulk.
Yeah, I did too. Wow.
But at least with Miss Marvel, you see what's going on with,
with that.
But you're getting more connective tissue of the MCU and She-Hulk, though. Would you not agree with that, though?
What? Well,
I agree with that, because we discussed that in the episodes when we reviewed episodes 1 and 2. Go back and check those videos out, where She-Hulk is connecting via subplots all of the Marvel. Because we have talk of Tony and Endgame, we have Sokovia Accords, we have Abomination. So
we got crossover with Bruce Banner too.
Yeah, and we have Sakaar. Isn't that the planet where he's going in the ship? So like it's taking things whereas Miss Marvel was just Miss Marvel.
And we got
Okay,
Daredevil too.
Yeah, Daredevil now has made an appearance.
The episode that you just enjoyed so much.
Yeah, you
And
enjoyed
also
it.
the Wakanda spear. They mentioned that when he.
Yeah, he
when
did
the guy
mention
bought
the Wakanda Spare. He bought it at an auction for $1 million.
Yep. Okay, that's a good point.
But I mean, if you keep it below, I mean, because I think that you might keep it below because they kind of seem like they're making like a joke, like a female joke about She-Hulk, like she's on there twerking and all this and that stuff.
It's not even that. It's just it's also like you said from the Andor episode that there's too much dialogue. That's how I feel with She-Hulk.
Not enough action.
It's just too much dialogue. No, it doesn't excite me. Like, oh yeah, She-Hulk's coming out tonight.
Gotta say, episode 8 was well choreographed.
It
Like
was.
with Daredevil, I think Daredevil looked
Yeah.
better in that episode of She-Hulk than he did in his Netflix show when he was doing the fight moves. I don't know if it's the Disney banner adding,
Yeah,
Have a little bit more money in it.
CGI
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, but it looked amazing.
Yeah, they can make him look good, but She-Hulk still looks like a out of place with the color that they gave her.
But don't you think that they probably using a different? Because like with Bruce Banner, they put a suit on him and they got like a CGI tracking suit.
Yeah.
You think they do?
They're not doing that for her. They actually have a stand-in for her.
See?
They need to be doing the CGI suit. I don't know why she can't look like Banner color-wise. His color looks good.
His looks great.
She is just too green for me. I've been saying it since the beginning.
I don't know if they might feel that, hey, that's a lot of work and.
Maybe it's too much work to throw into a TV show.
I don't think so. They have too much money to.
That's what I
I mean,
think.
but you got working Tom, and they, maybe they want to produce it faster. Maybe it's faster for them to produce it that way because with the suit, you got to put them on this suit.
But
You
that
got to
would-
make sure that the acting is on par with the tracking and all this and that. I mean, because that's the same suit technology they use for the Planet of the Apes movies. Too.
Yeah, but that would also bring up the whole argument we've been having that now in the Marvel Universe, it's quantity over quality.
Yeah.
Whereas it was quality over quantity.
Yeah, because they're pushing out a lot.
They're pushing out a lot of stuff.
I mean, it's MCU starting to be like goddamn WWE roster as much. I mean, look at all these characters that they putting in. They're putting in a lot of characters.
She-Hulk was like, "Bring out Wong!" He comes running out.
Wong does appear a lot. That's a lot.
We said that too.
Yeah.
He's just a little too much. And if it's true that he's gonna appear, I can't remember what he's supposed to appear in again. But if he appears in another one, I think they're using him too much. Because
I mean, it's only one more episode left.
well, not in this season. He's supposed to appear in another series.
He's just another Nick Fury. Maybe he's trying to.
Well,
He
we
might reunite
I
everybody.
can't remember who I was talking about, but Doctor Strange is kind of the Tony Stark of this phase now. He is kind of
Yeah.
the face and will be the head of the Avengers, I think.
I think that it would make sense for him to do that because we're going into Secret Wars. It's all multiverse themed.
Yeah.
And maybe we might get an incursion or situation or something like that. I don't know how they're going to weave in the whole
The incursion
different
thing.
multiverse thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got this story. You had Spider-Man, you had the multiverse there, you got the Madam Web. I don't know if that's going to be incorporated in Secret Wars. I don't know, Sony, you got to talk to Marvel first. But, yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
And some people believe that in-game, like they can't get up to the in-game level.
Oh,
of Infinity War.
I'm with those people.
I'm not with you with those people. I think that this
From
is
what
gonna
we
be-
have seen,
You
that
think it's
in
going
game
downhill?
is.
No, I think it's
I
going
do.
up. I think that's a perfect opportunity because look at all these movie franchises that they have, and then think of how they did Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Mhm.
They incorporated movies that took place 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and they're part of the story, and it was multiverse themed. And this is the multiverse saga. Like they could. This is just an example on top of my head. Bring Chris Evans back. Don't have him as Captain America. Have him be Human Torch. Somehow you weave in some type of multiverse thing, and he could be like a more jokey version, like the opposite version of Captain America, but with Captain America's face. That'd be amazing. Something like that. I mean, and all sorts of other franchises that took place. Bring Wesley Snipes back if you want to.
Blade.
Yeah.
Blade. I think we've definitely been in a downhill spiral,
Mhm.
quality wise. Now going up to the Kang Dynasty movies, we'll start to get back up there. And the Kang, isn't it called Avengers Kang Dynasty?
Yeah.
Kang
Okay.
Dynasty.
I just want to make sure I was saying it right. But once we get up to that, those movies might hit in-game quality because then they will bring in teams and stuff. Maybe we haven't hit in-game quality because we haven't had an Avengers level threat. I'm going to give it 50-50. It's because we haven't had an Avengers level threat and because they're pumping movies out like crazy.
Yeah, nothing
haven't hit
too.
the quality.
I think that they should push Secret Wars the next year instead of putting 2 Avengers movies out in 1 year. I think they should just push it back. Leave us anticipating on that movie. You know, that's what they did. They left us anticipating for a whole year until Endgame came out, and they did a good job at doing that. So I think that's what they should do.
Well, they already jumped Secret Wars up from a TV show to a movie anyway, so who knows what's going to happen.
No, I mean, we knew that. It was
Secret
always
Wars.
a movie. Secret Wars?
There's always gonna be a movie.
Sorry, I was
Armor
thinking of
Wars.
Armor Wars. God, there's two. Now you can't even think of original titles.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going with Marvel, so I think we're just going to have to just have a Marvel conversation one day. So
We need to do a whole timeline where we lay out the whole timeline and pin the movies on. Because, man, some of these movies, it's hard to tell when they take place.
Mm-hmm. But
let's go back to the basics.
Back to the show?
Before we go to Kang.
Oh.
I think our next so-called boss will be Intelligentsia. Which they already mentioned.
they did.
No, Intelligentsia is a website that has to do with the leader.
Yeah, but it's a whole gang. It's a whole crew of smart villains.
So you think that's going to play an effect in New World Order?
Yes.
Yes.
If that has anything to do with it, it will be New World Order. But, kind of on your point, we also have Doctor Doom to think about.
I think they'll show little snippets of him, but he won't be till Secret Wars.
Now, let me just lay this theory out for you. Kang is the next Avengers level threat, okay? Doom, as we've seen in the past, leads to Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer leads to Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think we're going to see Kang as the Avengers level threat in the future? Galactus will then show up?
I think Galactus is after the... I think after we get through with the Multiverse Saga, this is just my prediction, we're going to then go into the Mutant Saga. And then after the Mutant Saga, we get Galactus. So that's probably like a saga. Three phases here, 3 phases here. I think that's 6 phases
It
away.
could be Galactus
Yeah.
Saga.
We got
I think Galactus
content
is
for
like-
days, though.
Yeah, they got a lot to work with. We're going to be 40, 50 before, this whole thing's over. God dang.
Okay. Yeah, because I just had that on my mind, and I wanted to lay it out and see it.
So, but back to She-Hulk, though. I think that episode 7, it kind of, like you said, dialogue heavy. That one was dialogue heavy. It wasn't really.
It was dialogue heavy and it was pointless.
Yeah.
What was the whole point of the therapy? The little session thing that they had.
Well, don't you think it kind of went into the next episode where she didn't use any of that? You just said there. She didn't use any of
She
that.
just got super angry.
Yes. And, so she actually has the ability to Hulk out. You haven't really... You've seen a glimpse of it when she first became She-Hulk, but she will Hulk
Banner
out just
took her
like that.
down the first time, so this time she actually had the chance to Hulk out.
So she should have took Bruce's advice and was like, hey, you need to calm down, or... You know what I mean?
He was right in the beginning. You're going to be thrust into this life. And then she didn't believe him. She's like, I'm not being a superhero.
I think
Go
some
back.
of the fans didn't even believe him. Like, he's just overdoing it, but she probably really needs to calm down. Because you see what happened.
At the end of episode 8, she, right before the gala, she literally stands up, breaks her fourth wall, and goes, is there going to be a Red Hulk? So, does that mean this last episode is going to have Red Hulk in it? Is it going to be a Red She-Hulk? Like some of us think?
I think it's gonna be a
We are on the Red She-Hulk train.
I'm not part of that trend. This is where it cuts.
Yeah.
Because I think that they need to save Red Hulk for Thunderbolt Ross. I think that's a...
Or will we get the leader teaser?
Either Thunderbolt Ross or the leader.
leader.
And I really think that it's like a perfect setup for both of them because the way that they've been talking, we're going to get both of them anyways.
Could we see a lab where Thunderbolt Ross is kind of being experimented on, and the leader's kind of, you don't see his face, but you see like the back of him, and then all of a sudden he Red Hulks out and then it cuts out?
Well, we need to find out who lab it was that had that needle.
Yeah.
That's one thing that they need to do not end the series, even though it's probably already recorded, without us knowing.
Now, back in Wolverine days, the Essex Corp had mutant blood. You remember that at the end of the movie? could the Essex Corp be the lab that has the needles and stuff trying to get her blood?
But they ain't
I
really.
think that's,
Or does that not? Do they not?
I don't think that's tied.
Okay.
I don't think they went real deep into mutants. They only been doing small teases of it.
Okay.
The owner of SS Corp is
Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister, and I don't think he's tied into the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that eventually we'll get Mr. Sinister though. It would be nice to see him on screen.
Yeah.
What y'all think of Daredevil though?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Back to the choreography. They pretty much brought up that hallway scene from this Netflix show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
His gadgets are still top tier.
But the fight with She-Hulk, his acrobatic moves that he was doing, the cinematography with that was great.
And when she clapped her hands and he got messed up,
that
was good.
Mm-hmm.
His suit, not 100. I'm not on board with this suit.
I think, like you said, they're just trying to put the comic.
Just doing
comic accurate
on screen.
His Netflix suit was sleek, nice. Now he's red and yellow, and
I think that's just for this. That's
just for the show, yeah.
That's for the show.
I
think that when he go on his show, it's gonna be all red. I mean, this is the first time we see Matt Murdock as Daredevil. Mm-hmm. Like we've seen him in the MCU and Spider-Man, but we did not see him as officially Daredevil. So I think that was okay, just to show that this guy's making his suits.
Yeah, but also in the Netflix show, wasn't he making his own suits?
That's what I thought too.
I know he made his
first suit.
That first one, So
there might be a little continuity issue when it comes into bringing these Netflix shows, but
because he slept
with Jen, but he has a girlfriend in the Netflix series.
I thought his girlfriend, what's her name? She had a movie, Akira or something like that, I thought she went to the evil side or something like that.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to watch the Defenders.
I never watched the Defenders. I didn't hear anything good about it.
So maybe we might get a Disney Plus Defender series.
Defenders was good.
I think we need a Defender series. Bring Luke Cage back.
Bring Luke Cage back. He didn't say nothing about Iron Fist, but bring Luke Cage back.
Yeah, no, Iron Fist could stay with Netflix.
What about
bring
Jessica
Luke
Jones?
Yeah, she was pretty good. Yeah, bring Jessica with you.
I mean, because her and Luke Cage, they hooked up.
Yeah, in Jessica Jones they did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I like Luke Cage. Luke Cage was cool. And we got so close to having his comic accurate costume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, though, that anybody wants to discuss before we say goodbye?
So who do you think set her up and was fine? I mean, of course, Josh, the guy.
I think it has something to do with...
definitely Josh is guaranteed.
Intelligentsia?
No, what's her name?
That's a good theory.
Titania. I think it has something to do with her.
Nah.
The thing literally called her. It was like, she's a slut. I was like...
But they also said that she stole the Hulk's powers, but the Hulk... It was an accident, and the Hulk trained her with his powers, so she didn't steal anything. But she just got slut-shamed, and that just kind of pissed her off.
I mean, that part didn't really make sense to me, because she slept with one dude.
No, she didn't. She slept with Josh, and she slept with Matt Murdock.
Yeah, but in the video, it was just her and some dude.
But... one dude over a series. I ain't slut-shaming, see y'all.
No, I don't know.
She felt slut-shamed.
Yeah, they literally called her a slut, so they were slut-shaming.
Yeah, they were slut-shaming.
But it's like, to me, it was one dude. I mean, if 5 dudes were on camera, maybe.
But we know she slept with 3 dudes officially.
Yeah, officially. But I'm just saying.
But I thought it was 2 dudes in the clips that they used.
No, it was just him.
It was just,
But they had the messages. So they could see all the other stuff.
Well, they had the messages from when she was on the dating app, so...
But even her text message, they had everything from her phone. See that thing that was...
I didn't pause anything to read the text message.
No, but it hacked everything.
Yeah, he copied her whole entire phone,
Yeah, so if... Okay, you got...
Well, if she ever said, let me get some Nick or something.
But how do you take the blood, though?
That's what I want to know. Because did he jab her with a needle in the middle of the night?
Because drunk or something? Or...
But if he would have stabbed her with the needle, I feel like she would have woke up.
Or her Hulk powers would have just manifested right then and there.
Yeah, because if she gets cut, it'll just bounce back, ain't it?
Not when she's Jen.
Not when she's Jen, but when she's Hulk. Yeah.
Yes, but if she's Jen and she gets stabbed with a needle, I feel like her Hulk powers would take up, she'd transform, and then beat the hell out of the dude.
But we also seen a scene where she was having trouble going into the Hulk mode at the wedding. So I don't know if it.
But she was already drunk. Maybe it's because she was drunk. You're right.
But she was drunk, so maybe that might have helped.
And then the way he texted, like, "Yeah, I got the blood" with emojis.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem so serious.
It is.
I think the show is like that.
I don't know. I think Tatiana has something to do with it.
I think it's intelligent.
I think it's something bigger than Tatiana.
Yeah.
I'd go with more his theory than yours.
Well, I'm happy to go with your theory because I think Titania needs to be done with because I didn't like her as a villain anyway. But I was talking to him. Bruce knows that she's going to be targeted. Why wouldn't he have set somebody up to watch over her so that way if she did get jumped or something, they would swoop in and help her?
I mean,
Because it's Hulk blood. It's Hulk blood, though.
It's Hulk blood. That's true, and he knows the threat level.
Yeah,
of
he literally destroyed the blood samples.
Her sample.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I mean, it's her story.
it is her story. But
I mean,
I'm your cousin. I'm setting some backup up.
And Hulk just left. Like,
Yeah, he just left.
he just left.
Also, you ain't been here a while. What'd you think about the Hulk versus She-Hulk scene? What'd you think about that scene?
I think she just outplayed him in the fight scene.
I think he took it easy on her. Looking
That
back
too.
at it, like he was like after they got done fighting, oh my bar, and all of a sudden I could tell he kind of took it easy because this is not the Hulk we seen rage out on the Shield helicarrier. This ain't the Hulk we seen in Wakanda? What was it, African country?
It was African, but this is also the first time that he's had to fight being Banner and Hulk. We haven't seen him.
Well, Endgame, he fought the battle.
Endgame, yeah.
And he hasn't fought much.
Well, no, he didn't fight in Endgame because he snapped, and then
he still fought at the end. If you go back and you watch, he fought. He had damages, but he still fought.
Yeah, I have to go back.
I mean, remember Ant-Man? He got him out. He was in his hand, and then he fought.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he got hit by that car, it was just...
Yeah, the car
It's kind
scene
of a joke.
was stupid to me, yeah.
I think that somehow they are setting it up to where we're gonna get that version of Hulk back somehow.
Once again, I hope we see a split version. Like,
I thought I opened that can of theories.
Did you?
Yeah,
I'm stealing it then.
God!
We see this. Somehow he gets split, and then we could have a World War Hulk where Hulk is on his own, and then Banner could just be a scientist.
Well, I did hear too, like, Marvel doesn't own fully rights.
They don't own Universal. They share the rights with Universal,
Yeah.
so that's why they can't do a full-out Hulk movie.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, but I thought Universal was working with them more than Sony was.
No, that's been all Disney Marvel. Like if you've seen an Incredible Hulk, that was a Universal movie. So it was. If they could do, I wish they would do that.
Like, they can't show his full power because they own it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Also,
That's what I heard.
I had the theory that Lou Ferrigno was going to be in this series. Hopefully, in this last episode, Lou Ferrigno shows up.
You only get one episode.
I only got one episode left.
I got it.
I just because he was in the other Incredible Hulk movie, so I was like, oh, he's coming. But we'll see.
This is a She-Hulk show, so I was like,
Yeah, but he was in the Incredible Hulk.
yeah, he was. It's true, but you see She-Hulk, they doing all sorts of other things.
Even Einstein was wrong once, so.
Back to episode 7 with the
Therapy session.
There was a dude with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he the dude from Hawkeye? The guy that was dating the girl's mother?
Mm-mm.
No,
That's not him?
Definitely.
He's a lot older.
Okay.
Definitely not him.
Yeah, he thinks he's a swashbuckler. I couldn't find anything on him, but like Man-Bull was technically a mutant.
Hmm.
So I don't know if he was also a mutant or if he just thinks he's a swashbuckler.
It's not confirmed.
Yes, it's confirmed.
MCU canon that
Yeah, that Man-Bull is a mutant.
I'm gonna look it up. Are you sure that he's a mutant so far, and it's been confirmed that in this universe that he's a mutant?
Okay, in the comics he's a mutant.
That's what I'm saying, but Marvel ain't really.
So
They don't
Marvel
get teased
hasn't
and
gone
stuff.
down the mutant path. So right now, let's just say he's an enhanced individual.
Okay.
In the comics, he's a mutant. But in the Marvel, because they haven't got into mutants, you're right. But, yeah.
Y'all got anything else to say about She-Hulk?
I'm good.
None.
Obviously not.
Nothing. Let's go into ratings, y'all. All right. So for episode 7 of She-Hulk, I'm going to give episode 7 a 7. It was definitely a basic episode. They just had a therapy session and nothing really happened. But
He said a 7.
a 7.
Oh, hi.
But as for episode 8, I'm going to give that about, because the Daredevil input in that episode was there, and I did like the cinematography when she hulked out. towards the end. I'm gonna give that one a 9.5.
God. And we just high all around.
I'm gonna give episode 7 a 1.5.
Damn! I think that's the lowest rating ever.
That is.
God.
It's just it was pointless. Like, made no sense. You guys are making Abomination a little weakling.
Yeah.
And so for episode 8, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. It was basically a Daredevil show, and She-Hulk was the guest.
Dang!
It's almost like Boba Fett, where Mandalorian came in and had the best episode. For episode 7, I'm gonna give it a 4 because it was pointless and nothing really happened. Episode 8, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it an 8. It was a great episode, best one of the series yet. But 8 for me.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Fan Style Reviews. I'd like to remind you that my name's Jamel.
I'm Angel.
I'm Frank.
We're going to see you on the next one.
If you like that video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace!